So today the Daedric Ambition furniture pack dropped in the crown stores along with a couple other neat items. I'd been saving my crowns for all that stuff, and I'm going to purchase that and throw it inside the Doom Char. I was just talking in the last video how I needed to start decorating it, finish out the foundation and stuff. So let's see if we can do that with this furniture pack. Let's take a look at what's in it. So here we've got the Daedric Ambitions furniture pack. I'd saved up my crowns to get this, so I was really excited to see this drop. We'll go through the pieces here real quick. So here you have your base tower flooring, and I like to use the squares to tell, give me a good idea how big they are without actually being able to, lay it out in the house and see what it looks like. So I'll straighten it out. Ceilings I'm familiar with. Here's that fire pit, and again, using the squares to see how big it is. Ceiling I'm familiar with. That's it's a nice big platform. See this column, you can see how many squares it's taking up, so that's going to be a big column. And I'm familiar with that. I've put out quite a few of those in the house. So we're real excited about that. And I spent most of the day putting these things out in the house. I needed to decorate. I'm real excited about those stairs. It's going to allow me to do a second floor. Windows, those are like the blue windows I've gotten at the Achievement Furniture. Let's take a look, man. See what I did with it. So here we go. We're in the Doom Char. We'll take a look. Right out the gate, we've got the Prince of Ambitions statue that's available. That's not part of the furnishing pack. You have to buy that separately, but I had to have that. Looks pretty cool up there, right? 3,500 crowns in the crown store. Not much for buying things out of the crown store, but that was worth it. At least for the house. Not for leveling up or impressing the ladies. So just a quick little view. I kind of rushed everything in the last video, so I'm going to go a little bit slower and let people take a look and see what I've done. Over here is the crafting area. So I've got 4 different set stations so far, and then I've got my outfit, enchanting, alchemy, cooking fire. I've thrown up some extra walls and archways. I don't know if this is going to be the finished look, if I'm going to put a roof over the top, what I'm going to do here just yet, but I just wanted to have something out there to make it look like it's being worked on. This is for y'all, for the video. And then when I change it, I'll be sure and show you that too. If you want to see, you can watch. It's going up. So here we have the dueling area that I mentioned in the last video. It's not quite finished. You'll see that I put up 2 short walls on the left so that people can't accidentally fall out of the PvP area. Surely they wouldn't be running away. Since there's nobody here to fight, I'll just form a little kata while I point out another one of the Daedric furnishing packs items. It's going to be the window that you see here in this wide wall. 4 of them came in the furnishing pack. Now the thing is with these windows is they'll show a little light. They're considered a light source, but they'll only show light one way. So you got to turn them the right way to have the light cascade out on the side that you want, which is kind of neat. And I remember when I found that out, it was kind of funny. I had one shining and the other one not shining. I was like, how do I turn that on? Anyway, those are really gray hairs, not blonde hairs. Sorry if I offended you if you're blonde. Not all blondes are stupid, just the ones I know. So this is the grandstand, if you will. It's a mini grandstand. I've got that on both sides. And I've got the dueling area set up at both ends, so I've gone ahead and put that in on both sides with the short column. That's a hole that I know somebody's going to fall through. I don't want to throw out any names, Merc, but he's probably going to fall through that, so I'm going to have to fill that in. Now, this is not part of the furnishing pack. This is a blood fountain. It's a achievement furnishing out of Stone Falls, and I've had my eye on it for quite a while and decided that it needed to go in this house. So I scraped together all the gold and popped it in. That's one of the beauties of the champion points. You can up how much gold is dropping for you. Now maybe we'll actually go out and kill enough things to actually make some gold to do something with. Now this is a fire pit that came with the furnishing pack. Again, that's the Daedric Ambitions furnishing pack. And lo and behold, you already had a fire pit like that in here. It's up on top of this pagoda. I'm going to set me something up, maybe that stairwell that came with the furnishing pack, and go up there and see if that's movable. If it's movable, I'm going to pop it on the empty platform that's right behind me from this viewpoint and just bookend those. Otherwise, that's not going to be the permanent location. I just pulled it out so you can see it. This is the opposite dueling area. You see I don't have the short walls on the other side yet. But more importantly, these sconces I picked up at the Luxury Furnisher. He pops up every weekend in the main city in Cold Harbor, and occasionally he has some worthwhile items like these sconces, and that was from a few weeks back. And those achievement, the Luxury Furnisher will throw out achievement furnishings from different zones. So if you miss it, you could probably go get it, but you may have to knock out the achievement to do so. Again, the Daedric lights, the stands. That's the beauty of the bookend, and I'm kind of like that. I like to have patterns, so I was able to bookend that whole front area with those dueling areas and just made them mirror each other. Now this is the Daedric wall tower that comes with the furnishing pack. It is huge. You can probably tell already, but I'll go stand beside it so you can see how minuscule I look beside this tower. Huge. The 4 columns and that big platform right there in the middle of the bridge, that also came with the furnishing pack. That I have the statue, the Prince of Ambition statue sitting on. That's Clavicus Vial. I forgot to name him in the last video. So we're going to go ahead and pull this statue down. There's 3 different ways to have him activated, and I'm going to go through those for you real quick. It's kind of weird. Cool, but weird. So that's, of course, with everything lit up. You've got 3 different effects. So if you go over here and you just click on him. So here I'm going to have just his axe and his wrist kind of flaring. I don't know if he's got carpal tunnel over there. I can't think of another reason for his wrist to be popping like that. I feel like I have carpal tunnel. I'm building this house. There you see just his eyeballs. This is the smolder effect. So I call it welcome to the jungle Jumanji, the rock smolder. And then you would think that if you activate it again, everything's going to pop, but no, it's just one eyeball. What the heck? I poked his eye out. But if you just cycle through everything one more time, everything will pop up. And I don't know if the plateau was just buggy when I was putting all this stuff up, because I had several items, even that blood fountain wasn't spewing blood the right way. I had to put it away and put it out twice before I got it to spew the blood. And I'm going to spend all that coin on a blood fountain. By gosh, it better spew blood. And I'm not saying that just because his character's a vampire. I paid for blood. There will be blood. Okay. Moving on. Sorry, I digress. I'm a big movie fan. I'll try not to sprinkle this video with a whole lot of movie quotes. So here we have another achievement furniture sandwiched between the banker and merchant. And this came out of, I believe, Shadowfen. And that's an artifact skull that I stuck in the middle. I like to combine different things to create something new. Now you can turn this light effect on and off. Here I'm pointing out that it's 2 different items. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, I know, I'm good. Anyway, this is another one of the little buggy items. You can turn it on and off, but you'll see that when I turn it off and then turn it back on, that it doesn't render properly. And again, that's the bug I'm talking about, so I'll have to stow that away and put it back out again to make it render properly. But we're not going to do that now. We're going to move on. I'm long-winded enough. You don't need to hear me crap about having to put that up again. Now, one thing I did on this bridge is I made sure that it's only Daedric Prince statues out there. So Clavicus Vial and Molag are back there, and up here we have Hircine and Boethia. Boethia was an artifact. Hircine was a luxury vendor purchase. Pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with them. I've just completed the quest in Gold Coast to be able to buy some banners. Those are the wolf banners that you see up there on the towers, the white ones. And I'm gonna tell you, those Gold Coast quests, they were pretty funny. One of them had Boethia in there. It had me rolling. If you haven't done those, I would definitely recommend the Gold Coast quest for a good laugh. So coming on down, I'm doing the slow walk for you so that you get a better look at the castle itself. And I'm doing all azure blue lighting, or the vampiric lighting inside, and it gives that little blue twinkle effect shining through the castle walls. And I really think that's a great contrast with all the red hues that come in the Deadlands. So the whole inside is going to be nothing but that azure blue light. Now this is another achievement furnishing out of Blackwood. Again, it has the Daedric script that pops here. So I picked up 2 of those to bookend, again, bookending. Here I'm showing you the different sections that I put together to create all this stuff. And if you watch my mock-up video, I spent a month just putting different things together, seeing how everything fit and looked together. So that's an archway, and I stuck a tall wall in the middle of it to close up that hole. I'm a big fan of that. It's kind of wasteful when it comes to mundane rooms, but the effect really looks cool. And it looks different than a wide wall. A wide wall requires rakutas and more mundane rooms than an arch. But when you throw in that wall, now you're actually using more mundane rooms than just a wide wall. But I did it. That's another achievement furnishing. It's the Mehrunes altar out of Deadlands. This is an artifact torture I didn't really spotlight. I talked about in the last video. I stuck a soul shriven in there. If you didn't move around so much, you'd see him banded in those iron bands all the time. That platform's another achievement furnishing out of Deadlands. Way over there I've got my wolf statue. And that's the only non-Daedric print statue in here. There you see my cage, I made that. Kept a few of the dead trees that came with the house. So that's just an achievement furnishing as well. The pinion up top, and I stuck a lightning rod in it to give it a little more effect. And that's out of Deadlands. So down at the bottom, this is a tree that's from the luxury furniture as well. I should have got 2 of them. I really like that green mist. I pulled that out of my Halloween house. And I believe I saw a hole on the other side of that stair. That's a Daedric pillar. That's an artifact. And I want to go and get some more of those, and I'm going to put those under each one of the outcroppings on the walls. That portion right there, that Daedric base, that tower base, came out of the Ambitions furniture pack. There you see a hole I'm going to have to close up. But I want to get more of those pillars to put under each one of these outcroppings, because you'll see around the corner I don't have those anymore, and it looks weird. Doesn't look structurally sound. So I've used short curved walls and short straight walls on this tower to give it that bottom foundation effect, so it doesn't look like everything's just kind of floating, because again, you've got all this ground. I don't know if you saw it poking up through the stairwell on the other side, but that was going to be a problem throughout the whole build. So I just elevated the whole house, and I've created a pseudo foundation or skirting with these Daedric platforms, and my intention is to do that eventually all the way around. But for now, I'm using extra pieces from the furnishing pack, which is flooring is one of them. You get 4 of those, and these Daedric ceilings, you get 4 of those. And I'd already made all the flooring and ceiling sections that I needed, so I just incorporated them here so I could show you that. There you see the achievement lightning rod. Now that's the underneath part that's not quite enclosed in yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that space. Am I just going to close it off, or am I going to incorporate it into the build and do something with it? And that we will save for a video later on. Yay, more videos from proctologists. Now, this is a hedging, and I've sunk it in the ground. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do that in an area on this side to kind of create like a little oasis, a greenery place. You see my fountain is struggling here in the Deadlands because I like that tree too. I'm going to pop that out here too. It's just off on the side for now. But you see my fountain is obviously affected by the Daedric energies in the Deadlands. Actually, this is the bug I was talking about. I'm going to have to put it up and put it back out to make it perform correctly, and I'm going to show you that real quick. So here I'm going to put it up, go back into the inventory. That's what it's supposed to look like. Now I put it out and bing, bang, boom, it works. And there you see the foliage poking up through the fountain, which really bothers me. So I'll probably make some kind of platform to elevate that so that you're not going to have that effect. That'll be the centerpiece for this little garden area I'm going to make. I've got to have some greenery in here. I'll throw some trees in. Again, I'm using the Hall of Lunar Champion as my warehouse, so all my extra pieces are over there. Before the video, I found a hole right here, and I went underneath and pulled out a Daedric platform that you couldn't see before, and just utilized it to fill the space. Here you see the grating. That comes with the furnishing pack, but it's poking through the wall, and that is unacceptable. So we're going to use the precision editing function, which you hit the Y button, and now you see the different controls, and you can change the incremental amounts that you're going to move this thing. And I accidentally have it set on 100 when I first move it, and it goes boop way out of the window into the tower, and that's not going to work. So we'll have to adjust that down. You have 1 centimeter, 10 centimeters, and 100 centimeters that you can use for your adjustment increments. And I'm going to pop it into 10, get it in there a little bit, and then we'll go inside and make sure it's not poking through the other side. I doubt it. Those walls are really thick. And that's what I call, tightening up the lines, just finishing things out. On this tower, I used all curved walls, which I really don't think I like. See how it pokes out right there? That's where I should be using a straight wall, so I'll correct that going on down the line, and we'll find something else to use those curved walls for. Again, there's my buddy the wolf. That platform is an achievement furnishing. Inside this tower here is going to be the Werewolf Council Tower. And I've stuck another one of those bases that came with the furnishing pack. It only comes with one. I bought an extra one because I was thinking about making upper floor rooms in these towers, but I want a tall ceiling in the Werewolf Council room, and that's going to put that room in this tower in line with the ceiling, which I'll have to make an exterior walkway. So that's going to be for a later time, and when I have more mundane rooms. My God, mundane rooms. I'm so sick of that crap. So here I'm just pointing out the blue light shining through the walls, which I really like. Again, I'm doing that azure blue lighting only because I think it's a nice contrast with all the red hues that come out of Deadlands. So, Enchanting Table, again, that's an artifact, so you can get your free enchanting table. There's a blacksmithing table you can get as well. I don't have that yet. So that came from Luxury Furniture. That's an artifact chandelier out of Grotwood. I think it's really cool, and I'm going to get several more of those. And that's from the Achievement Furniture, the Azure stained glass windows. I flipped them upside down so that the light cascades up onto the ceiling because I'm crazy and I like to flip the script on stuff. Or as I would say, or Aubrey Plaza would say, flip the script and Bachelorette that shit. I love her. So in this area, it's kind of like my pseudo trophy room. We're going to throw in a few more plants and kind of make this a more lively area. So I've thrown in artifacts. The pedestals that you see these artifacts sitting on, those are actually veteran trial busts for completes, and I've just flipped them upside down so I can utilize them. And that's a Mythic Pearl from Somerset Achievement Furnishing, stuck in an artifact fountain. I thought that went well together. Those flower trellises came from the luxury vendor as well. Everything else, except for those pedestals, are going to be artifacts. And then those floating crystals, that's craftable. There's a neat story on how I got those. I will share that with you after the holidays. So just pointing out all the different little artifacts. Threw a couple of carpets. I threw in blue carpets because of all the blue lighting. So coming out, the stairwell here on my right came with the Ambitions furnishing pack. You get 2 of them. I'm utilizing 1 for now. And we now have a bedroom in the castle. So when I'm really tired, I guess I can come up here and go to sleep. Or watch myself sleep. So these are vampiric rugs. I went ahead and just grabbed those out of the Crown store. I don't recommend buying a whole bunch of stuff out of the Crown store. You can get most everything in the game, but I'm in a hurry. Now I'm going to do everything in this room in vampiric style furnishings. I just think that vampiric furniture looks really clean and crisp, and I think that's what a castle deserves, is nice furniture. So I've got to put a few more pieces in here, and we may end up putting a couple more carpets in there as well, and lights. But for the most part, it's just going to really just be a bedroom. I'm not going to go crazy with a bunch of animated furnishings in there. And the more animated furnishings you put in the house, the more laggy it's going to be. So your friends coming over, they may lag out when they're logging in or zoning into your house. So you're going to be careful about how many effects or how many pathways you're putting right at the entrance. And then overall, especially if you plan on using target dummies or dueling areas, you don't want to overwhelm the bandwidth for your house. Well, thank you for stopping by, and let me show you this furnishing pack. It's 3,500 crowns on the Crown Store. If you don't have a lot of things to throw in this house, it's a real easy way to fill it up. You saw everything was really big, and inventory spots are at a premium, so big is good. Big is better. So have a good one. I'll be sure and drop another video. Hopefully I'll see other people throwing their videos up. I would love to see what you've come up with and be able to congratulate people on their inventiveness. Well, have a good one. We will see you on the other side in the next update.